So yeah, I'm out foraging again. Bramble tip liqueur, take 2. So there we go, these things are everywhere. They're in all the hedgerows around. So I've got no worries about taking the quantity that I need for this. And I want the young small little shoots at the end of these plants. So let's get picking. Now I'm back. I think I've picked enough. First thing to do is the usual. I'm just going to give them a very quick rinsing off. So here we've got about twice as much as what I made in my first video about bramble tip liqueurs. So I'm going to bosh this into the water now. I've got slightly more water than I used last time, I have to admit, primarily because I'm using more of the tips, and secondly I did find that these did soak up some of the water. So I've got to stick them all in here and now bring this up to a boil. Now this is up to temperature, I can chuck in the sugar and then just let this sit, let it simmer away for around 20 minutes. And there we go, it's time to take this off the heat and leave it to cool down to room temperature. So now I'll strain it off through the sieve and it gives me an opportunity just to double check the quantities, and I'm looking at a little over 300 millilitres. And then I do my last little process, which is just to filter it through some muslin. So now I've got my 300 millilitres of the syrup. I'm going to add in just over 200 millilitres of a 94% ABV neutral spirit. And this makes my 40% ABV bramble tip liqueur. And then finally, I just need to bottle it up. So here I am at the end of the video, and as per usual, I have my final product, the Bramble Tip Liqueur Mark II. And there it is. That's what it looks like. It's not a bad colour, I guess. Yeah. Almost the same as the first time around, slightly bland, a sweet alcohol hint to it. And maybe borderline into a brandy kind of smell. But don't hold me to that one, please. Now for the taste test. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. Ooh. Right on. That's not bad. I can't really describe it at all very well. But the aftertaste, yeah, it does tend to draw the moisture out of your mouth quite quickly, like you're sucking on a lemon. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a complete waste of time. I'm happy I made it, don't get me wrong. But what I'm going to do, oh yeah, I've also brought to the party the Mark I Bramble Tip Liqueur. So these two have had, you know, exactly the same process, only the Mark II has had twice the amount of bramble tips in it. So what I'm going to do very quickly is to have another taste test of the Mark I. There we go, right. So the Mark I, yeah, that really doesn't smell of anything. Yeah, the Mark II's got a little bit more into it. I'll give it a quick taste test. Sorry, cheers, bear with me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not disappointed. It's just that's got some kind of flavour to it, like you're licking the inside of the washing machine out, and that one's got the effect of drawing all the moisture out of your mouth. So if you want to give it a go, feel free to do so. I wouldn't say I'm going to take this any farther other than leaving it to mature for maybe a few months and then coming back to it and see if it tickles my fancy a little bit more than what it is at the moment. So there we have it. Hope I haven't wasted your time again. But if you enjoy the hobby, make sure that you keep on shining.